right. You guys are about to listen to a series of stories in a sense, and me talking about stuff in regards to whatever is on my mind. Yeah, quite vague. I hope you guys enjoy on this episode of Heartfelt Expressions with Katera Speaks. Hey y'all, today is gonna be a series of stories because yeah, a lot has happened. These are like micro stories. It's so short that I can put them back to back to back. For example, right before I started recording, right? I was so excited. I took off my bracelets because they rustle when I take them off. And I was gonna come over. I usually record in the bedroom, so I was gonna go record, and I tripped over my sandal, practically. Um, Tripped, and I was like, "Okay, slow down. It's okay." And when I was getting my mic, I lost it for a second. The little, what's that? Sound muffler? That the mic condenser. I lost it, and I was like, dang, is this how we're gonna begin everything? So, yeah, that's how it began. Today, I wanted to share you guys other stories that happened today, I guess. um, I realized that I wanted to do things. This is kind of weird. I was telling myself, hey, it's okay to do things halfway. Because usually I did not have energy to do things all the way. So doing things halfway was progress enough. Today I had so much energy. I was like, why do things halfway when I can do it all the way through? So I washed all the dishes. I swept the floor. I wiped down the counters and the stove. And I was like, wow, you're doing it, girl. What else are you gonna do? And I was like, okay, maybe I can start prepping for food. And I was like, no, let's do things one at a time. Because if I start prepping for food, I'm gonna make dinner early. And I was like, I already ate earlier, which is so wonderful. I really took care of myself today, y'all. I drunk more than 24 ounces of water already. I'm not sure what time it is. It is before sundown. I already drunk 24 ounces. And that is a feat for me. I actually ate food at this time before the sundown. My mental health has increased, has become better because before I would just not do anything because I had zero energy. I actually had a decent amount of sleep last night. That probably contributed as well. The past couple days. All right, let's rewind. I told y'all about today. Let's rewind a bit, right? So I felt as if things was so chaotic. I was making fried rice the other day. I feel like I say this all the time on these episodes. I was making fried rice, and I grind my peppers, black pepper, into the dish. Though the grinder got jammed. It got jammed that I was trying to turn it, right? And it would not go. So I kind of like popped at it to make it pop into place. And then I tried to turn it, and all the peppercorn came into the dish practically. Went all over the floor, went all over the counters, went into the stove, and it was a hot mess. And I was crunched on time. I had to go somewhere. And I was so frustrated. Imagine having all this peppercorn in your dish and on the floor, and they wasn't even grinded, so it was like a whole bunch of balls. And I was like, dang, this this might have to be might have to scrap it and do it again. Though I didn't want all my time to be wasted from doing this dish because I already prepped for it, you know? So I did the most tedious thing ever. I like meticulously got almost I tried. I got most of the peppercorn out of there. And I was like, wow, it's okay. Be in the present moment. And I was like, this present moment sucks. I really don't like this present moment. Having to sweep up and wipe down and do all these things. And I was like, I hope the fried rice is at least decent to make it all worthwhile. The fried rice was okay. It was not the best thing ever, probably because I didn't have time to thaw out the chicken or any meats because it was a last minute decision. You know, fried rice, you just throw things together. So that's what I did, and oh my gosh, it did not turn out as smoothly as I thought it would be. um, yeah, another story. So the other day, I wanted to play pickup football, right? I usually have my cliques from soccer. I used to play soccer years ago. And it's still in great condition. So I went into the closet trying to find my cliques, and then I realized I got rid of them. I got rid of them during my spring cleaning or yearly cleaning because I can always just get another one. And I just didn't yet, you know? So I was like, man, I really wanted to play this pickup football. American football, by the way. Um, so I still played pickup football that day, though since it rained, I was slipping and sliding. I still got 2 touchdowns, and I tackled a couple people, though it was not the ideal. I was kind of disappointed. I was like, dang, if I had my cleats, I would not be slipping and sliding because I cleats is even good in the rain. Like wet grass or whatnot. And I was like, dang, man, if I didn't get rid of it. But it's okay. We can always get more things, better condition, because I think I had those leaks for at least 10 years and it still fits me. So I'm gonna get more. Yeah. So, what other stories? What other stories? Hmm. Let's see. I am working out more. I'm working out, I'm swimming, it's summer where I'm at. I'm going to the pool, being more confident in my body. I remember once upon a time, I used to be so self conscious because I felt as if I was obese, according to my family Asian standards, you know? And I didn't want to show off my body at all, you know, modesty and all. In my family traditions. So, um, when I'm working out and I went to the pool, I felt confident. And this isn't the first time, though. Sometimes it does feel like the first time. You know, every time things you redo something, it feels like the first time you experiencing it. It felt good. It felt real good. Anyways, let's see. There are other stories. Oh my gosh. So, guys, I think you guys may or may not know, I finally launched my website, kateraspeaks.com. My merch is out, and I am starting to advertise it. I am starting to tell people about it, show it off, and I was looking through my unboxing videos from the samples I got, and I realized, dang, these aren't the best videos. I was frustrated today when I was trying to edit them, right? To make them short and sweet. And I realized in these packages, it comes a receipt. It has your address. It has um, what the products are and the quantities. And in the videos, I had these slips visible. And it frustrated me so much that I was like, forget this. I can just skip the part of the unboxing, which defeats the point of the unboxing. And I realized, like, did I just waste my time? I am still learning how to edit videos to blur out things. You know, it's a process. I have so many unboxing videos that I can do, so it's not a waste of time. Yeah, that was my dilemma earlier, and I just, well, I'll be honest, I was sad. I felt like giving up posting today. Though, after eating, I realized I was hangry and I had no energy because I was trying to do work before energizing my body. I didn't drink water, I didn't eat, I didn't do nothing. So after eating, drinking water, I had the energy to do everything. It's like, wow, what a difference. What a difference. So now I am here doing an episode. This might be the last episode before I transition into finding a new way to record these. Because, yeah, the transitioning is about to happen. I might have some videos and audios. You know, hopefully the sound quality is crisp the next time I share with you guys, or the next time I record in a different manner. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. Alright, what else do I want to share with you guys? Okay, I must admit, I did not advertise this podcast nearly as much. I said that I would. Though, every time I create an episode, it's vulnerable usually, and it's like, wow, do I really want to share this now? Or allow people to just discover it later? Because, geez, I intend to share this podcast, though I haven't. Because this is like my process. You know what I mean? This is the process of when I'm going to my day to day, in a sense, and my past. So it's easier for me to share this podcast when I'm not going through all the ups and downs of these emotions. But that's the point, right? For you to join me on this journey so you guys can relate. So what is stopping me? Fear, you know? Fear that I will be judged for going through my process as I'm going through my process. Especially my lows. Though I know that there are people who most likely could relate. So I want to share this podcast more. Even if it's a copy and paste video of previous things, or a clip of this podcast, anything, so people know that it exists. Yeah, it's kind of strange how I am going to be promoting my merch more than my podcast. I feel as if the merch is less personal because I talk about worthy regardless. It can really relate to y'all. It's like, hey, worth is something to recognize, not something to earn. And I feel like everyone can relate to that. Though my journey through my mental health and this whole podcast is, you know, it's interesting in the sense that my technology, my technical skills is not the best, and I'm emotional on most of these episodes, documenting my journey. Yeah, I'm really proud of my merch. I'm actually proud of this podcast too. I say actually because I I never imagined that it could be of value, of the vulnerability. A long time ago, I felt as if that putting your best foot forward is what people wanted. And me being vulnerable and sharing my story is also valuable. So when I listen back to these episodes, it feels as if I'm just talking to me, talking to you, talking to the listener, and it feels really calming. I actually fell asleep to some of my podcast episodes because, especially with the mellow ones, I'm just telling you guys a story. It feels like, hey, it's okay, you're safe, and yeah, let's ride the waves type of thing. Yeah, so there's that. I want to do better. And giving myself grace. I am so glad that I'm in a better mood than I was before because, oh my gosh, y'all, I was so frustrated earlier and I was thinking about doing this podcast and I was in the type of mood that I will be yelling at you guys, telling you guys the stories about the fried rice, and I was gonna make it so dramatic. Okay. Oh, so this, okay. I'm gonna give you a glimpse of what could have happened with the fried rice. I already told you guys the fried rice scenario, but this is like a retelling. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, y'all. Do you guys know what happened? The other day, right? I was doing fried rice. And I was just I already prepped everything. The onions, I already cooked the rice, I already put the eggs, I already put the green onions. I put a whole bunch of seasonings in here, and all I needed to do was put some black pepper. I was gonna grind some black pepper and have it done deal. You know? Oh my gosh. Let me tell you guys. The worst thing happened. The bottle, the bottle popped. Whatever that container, all the peppercorn fell into the dish. It took me so long to get every single peppercorn out of this dish. I was on a crunch of time, though I didn't want to start all over again because I already did all the prep work. I really wanted to start over, though I didn't. So I took every single peppercorn as I could. There were so many. As I could out of this dish. After all was said and done, the food was mediocre. It was not worth it. I should have just I should have just drunk water and called it a day. Though I already knew I was hangry. I already knew if I just drunk water and pretend that that is gonna be enough for the day, especially since I was gonna be very active. My plans, my schedule was booked. It was packed, jammed. So drinking just straight up water when I made fried rice was a no brainer. So I did what I could and I was not satisfied. It was not worth it. Though I did it anyway. I did it anyway. Cat. Yeah, it was gonna be something like that. So it was an interesting experience that I realize I have this ability. I'm a performer, guys. I'm a poet. I'm an entertainer. I'm a storyteller. So when I could just tap into those emotions, and I used to, oh my gosh, guys, This is the dilemma I was facing the other day when I was writing poetry. Oh my gosh, I started writing poetry again. So I wrote a poem documenting what I was feeling and why I wasn't writing poetry. And it was because I didn't want to tap into the frustrations, tap into all the emotions I was going through. I suppressed them for a long time, pretending that if I didn't have emotions, then I can be sane. I can be sane not writing poetry. And it irked me so much. So I finally started writing. And as I process these things, I'm able to tap into them at will. So, it is so lovely to be in touch with my self expression again, to be also in the moment. Yeah. For example, I have this amazing tapestry, and let me describe it for you guys. So, imagine you're in a room and the sun is setting. You're looking out this huge circle window where you're in a hallway. There is a painting on the side of the wall. The sunset is glistening on it. The sunset is orange, by the way. And there's the bookshelf right under that, a small bookshelf with a plant on top, plenty of books. There is another window that is facing the sun. Wow, I guess the sunset and the moon happens at the same time. So there is also a moon when you look outside the circle window, straight ahead, just look straight ahead, you see a mountain, a huge, beautiful, gorgeous mountain with fluffy, fluffy, fluffy clouds. And there's some trees. There's green leaves and there's orange leaves. This must be autumn season. And when you look at this beautiful sunset, you can see yellow, pink, orange, a little bit of violet, and aqua blue. And there is even a bird in the sky. This is such a calming feeling where you can just be in nature while also being in the comfort of your own home. Yeah. Let that sit. Can you imagine it? You feel the peace. Yeah, it feels as if time has stopped. Yeah, that's so lovely. So, wow, that was a mindful moment, y'all. That was some mindfulness. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? Okay, so I just realized something. When I say, okay, what else? What else should I talk about? I realize that I have a tendency to want to continue the podcast, to jam pack so much stories and so much information into one episode because I don't know when I'm gonna do another episode. I'll be real. And when I listen to these episodes myself, when they're so short, I'm like, that's it? Nothing else? No more? Man, time flew by. 15 minutes is nothing. So that's why I say that, because I like listening to long content. I do, especially if it's entertaining or calming. Because once upon a time, I used to talk to a lot of people on the phone, talk to a lot of people and telling stories and listening to stories, listening to their lives as I share my life and they share theirs, and then we talked about other things. So it's comforting for me to create podcasts that has a similar vibe. you know. And when I listen to these stories, like, wow, it's nostalgic in a sense, though you are listening to it in this moment. The cool thing about podcasts is you can replay them. When we have conversations, right? It comes and goes, and you don't remember all the details because you're just living in the moment. Though it's kind of cool to have this time capsule, to have a time capsule of your conversations with people. It's like the memory is solidified because when we try to remember exactly from our recollection, mm, we don't remember the exact words, the intonation, the interactions per se. You remember the gist of it, the general feelings and the general conversations, not all the nuances. So I think that's the beauty of podcasts and videos in general of capturing these moments. Yeah. So that's what I'm kind of doing in a sense, especially in this chapter of my life. I have so many plans, so many plans. And I realized that, whew, me trying to do everything at once is kind of overwhelming. I tell y'all. I was not just work on this podcast, I was doing merch and doing other things that I would not disclose at this time. I had so many different projects that I'm working on that I realize I get overwhelmed. And then there's like one day out of the week where I just tuck her out. I just stop everything and just lay on the beanbag and just relax. Yeah. By the way, guys, I got the beanbag I currently have for a break during the day because I would literally work all day. And in order to have a break, I would go into bed. Though sometimes I don't want to go to bed if I'm not sleeping or recording an episode like I am now. So I got the beanbag in order to relax throughout the day. And it helped me curve burnout. Because I used to had these stretches of massive productivity. And then I would be burnt out for like a week or two, and then massive productivity, and it was an endless cycle. The time frame would fluctuate, and it was not sustainable. I used to do a lot more than I do now before, and the amount of burnout that I had lasted for like a year or two. So just because you do more doesn't mean it's good for you. Know your body, know your energy, and fit in some me time. That is why, I guess that's why I have merch that reminds me that I'm worthy regardless, that I'm deserving of sleep, of food, of water, of joy, of peace. I have these things to remind me that I'm worthy of me time. Yeah. So that's actually one of my favorite hats from the store so far. It's me time. Because, yeah, I used to put others before myself, and, quality time with family and friends are important. The quality time with yourself is also important as well. Yeah. Because that's how you replenish your energy, how you fill your cup. Yeah. So I am so proud. I'm actually proud of myself for the website, one, for the merch, for this podcast, for the Spotify playlist that I created that documents the Why is it documentation? I just shared you guys the songs that resonated with me during different periods of my life. What was that? Picture Perfect, Rock Bottom, and Self Love Journey. These songs were songs that I replayed over and over, and songs that resonated with me during those periods of my life. And it's kind of cool to go on that journey. Yeah, yeah. I think that is all for today. Um, I'm gonna let that be, even though I could probably talk on forever if I try to pick my brain. It's okay to leave it be. It's okay to let the stories and what I share breathe. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. I hear that saying, oh, let it breathe. I guess it's let let the piece be, you know? Let it be appreciated as it is. I don't have to add more to it for it to be more valuable or to be more mm, interesting. I can just let go and whatever happens, happens, you know? And whenever I do another episode is when I do another episode. Because honestly, today I was thinking, oh, maybe I should do a whole bonus episode because oh no, the the transition is about to happen. I'm about to have to do a the podcast episode in a whole different way of doing things. I am not gonna pressure myself of doing a bonus episode if I do not choose to because that sounds like a lot. If I feel inspired, that's what I will do. You know, I have been honoring my energy more, honoring the inspiration of doing things. If I feel like dancing, I shall dance. If I feel like singing, I shall sing. Oh my gosh, I've been singing more and it has been lovely. Yeah, I will share some singing stuff. That sounds so weird. I shall share some of my singing with you guys on some of these episodes. Right now, when I try to sing on this microphone, it does not pick it up because of my volume or the pitch. I'm not sure. So I'm not even gonna try for this episode. Yeah, I'm about to record the intro and outro. This has been a pattern now that I record the main segment first because sometimes I don't even know what's gonna come out of my mouth. And then I record the intro and outro, add the transitions, and publish it. Da da da. So let's do that. I be real, y'all. I do not remember a single thing that I shared with you guys besides from fried rice, the fried rice story. My brain is tuckered out. So I'm just gonna say that I shared stories and I talked about things. I hope that suffice. If you guys enjoyed, let me know. Share this episode or podcast with people that you think would like it. Yeah, live your life. Um, I am looking forward to writing more episodes, though I am living in the moment and trying to finish this one. Hey, this is my outro number 3 because I did so many takes of this outro, and did so many takes of the intro that I am trying to get through it. Anyways, so y'all, um, I forgot the usual outro stuff. You can plug it into your brains about likes, share, and ratings and stuff like that. I I don't even remember. Though I do remember this. Oh darn. Remember what? I guess I I did not have a smooth transition into my outro. Yeah, that happened. Until next time, I see y'all soon.